So this is a BMW X1 2016, and today we're gonna replace the front axle brake pads. Let's grab some tools and let's do it. So I just got my front brake pads. I just raised the car. Use always a jack stand for safety. Now we're gonna remove a wheel and replace the front brake pads. So in order to remove a wheel, you will need a 17mm socket. We're gonna loosen all the bolts and take out the wheel. So here is the cap inside. We're gonna put the wheel. Brake rotor is slightly rusted because the car wasn't moving for a few months, but other than that it still looks good. It doesn't have any edges. So now we're gonna loosen this bolt and this bolt on the bottom. We're gonna take out the inner part of a brake caliper. So after this we're gonna be able to remove the brake pads. So we're gonna need a 13mm socket in order to loosen this bolt. If it spins together with the inner part, you need a wrench key, or you can use some pliers like this. You grab it and you hold it in place, while with another hand you're loosening this bolt. So now we're gonna loosen that bolt. As you can see, there was used blue thread lock and the bolt is completely out. And now we're gonna remove the bottom bolt. We're gonna do the same procedure. Hold it from the bottom and now we're gonna loosen it. So the bolt is removed. We have both bolts removed, and now we can slowly pull out the brake caliper. Easily, don't force it. This sensor wire was too tight, so I decided to remove it from the bracket. This is gonna give us a little bit more clearance and it's gonna be easier to pull it out. And we're gonna replace the sensor anyway because this one it's worn out already. So now we can pull out the caliper. Okay, so this is actually you can pull out the sensor from here. I'm gonna try to show you how the sensor is worn out. As you can see, this is our sensor, and the sensor is worn out. This is why it triggered the fault code. You can disconnect it directly from. If you want, you can put some zip ties to secure it in place, or a rubber band that is gonna hold it to the strut or to the caliper so it doesn't fall down accidentally and break something. And now I'm gonna use this flat screwdriver and I'm gonna pull out the old brake pads. Actually, you can insert it like this. It's easier. Let's look up. So this is our outer front left brake pad. This is how it looks. It still has some life on it, but it got to the point where it grinded the sensor, so this is why it triggered the fault code. And as you can see, the inner brake pad it's worn out more than it was the outer one. So now I'm gonna take out the inner brake pad. Yeah, as you can see, the sensor was grinded and the fault code was triggered. So now I'm gonna pull out this sensor. Just grab it with pliers and slide it. As you can see, this is the sensor removed, and this is the spring that is holding it in place. So you just pull it out, and that's it. It's very simple. If the sensor is not worn out, you can reuse it with other pair of brake pads, but in our case it's already worn out, so we cannot reuse it, and I'm gonna use new sensors for the brake pads. As you can see, just look at the thickness. This is the inner one where was the sensor, and this is the outer one. It's twice bigger than this one. I guess I don't see any connectors here. I guess the sensor connector, it's under the fender liner. So we're gonna remove this bolt, this clip, and we'll try to slide it out. If it doesn't come out, we're gonna remove this bolt as well, and these two bolts to have more space, but I'm gonna try with these two first. See, I removed the screw, the clip, and if you pull out the cover under, you can see the connectors. So we got access to the connectors. I'm gonna remove the connector for the sensor now. I just disconnected it. There is a tab, you press the tab and pull out another side of the connector. So now we can pull it out completely. And this is how it looks. Now I'm gonna install the new Akebono set front brake pads, BMW X1 2016, and the sensor was separately. I ordered it separately, the sensor. So now I'm gonna install the sensor, the brake pads, and we're gonna install the wheel back. And as you can see, the sensor looks exactly the same. So now we're gonna install the sensor first. The connector goes right there. It's hard to hold the phone, so I'm gonna connect it, and after I'm gonna show you. As you can see, the connector is connected back in its bracket. Now we can put the clip and actually put the wire through all these brackets as well. Install the brake pads and install the sensor on the brake pad as well. The one with the sensor will go inside. We have the inner pad installed. Now we're gonna install the outer one. As you can see, it has two springs on both sides. So when you install the brake pad, you put it like this first, with this edge, like this spring touching the edge, and after you press it in like this and slide it all the way into its place, because if you put it like this and you try to slide it, it's not gonna go in. As you can see, there is not enough space. So you can press like this the spring, and after pull it in, and it goes easily on both sides. On another side, it's exactly the same. So we have the brake pads in their places, and now we're gonna compress that piston and install the caliper on the top of the pads. This is the clamp, a regular clamp, C-clamp, that we're gonna use to press that piston almost all the way in, to have enough clearance to put it on the top of the pads. So our piston slowly goes in. Just don't force it too much, little by little, because if you're gonna force it too fast and it has bad O-rings, it can suck air. Because if it's gonna suck air inside, you're gonna need to bleed your brakes. So this is why it's important to push it in slowly, not too fast, and make sure how we hold it not to damage the dust seal as well. So once we have it ready, we can install it back in its place. As you can see, now we have enough clearance to put it back like this, and you also don't forget to put some blue thread lock on the bolts. First bolt goes back. Now we install the second bolt. Once you have a caliper back in its place, the brake pads installed, we can go ahead and install the brake pad wear sensor. So the sensor, actually, wait, I connected wrong. So this goes into this bracket under the brake fluid line, like this. And once it's connected here, you can go ahead and connect it right here. As you can see, that is the place where it goes, and this pin goes pointed toward the brake pad, so it's gonna be like this. this side goes. There are two grooves. You just align it in place and push it all the way in. That's it. The sensor, it's right in its place where it's supposed to be, and after you put it under this rubber cover as well that is holding it in place, not allowing it to get damaged. So we have all the wire connected in the brackets. The caliper is tight. Now I can put back the wheel. And also I forgot to mention, don't forget to put your clips back and your screw. So the clip goes right here and the screw goes right here. I'm gonna tighten it as well. Now we're gonna turn on the ignition. We're gonna scan for the fault codes and delete the fault code for the front brake pads. Gonna reset the brake pads front. I'm gonna hold it, press and hold it again, reset in progress. Let's see what's gonna do. Reset successful. That's good. So we have left only the rear brake pads, but front are good. So now I'm gonna check for the fault code in the scanner as well. This is what we have for front and rear brake pads. So front we replaced. We're gonna clear the codes. Let's see if it's gonna clear the codes for the front axle. It's turning the ignition off, turning it on. Let's see how many fault codes we will have now. Codes cleared. Okay. So now I'm gonna read one more time to see. Only one is supposed to come back. Yeah, as you can see, only one fault code for the rear brake pads came on. The front brake pads are good now. So I wasn't able to delete it with the computer until I did a reset from the dashboard. So after I did the reset, I was able to clear the fault code. Now we are good with the front axle. We're gonna do the same on the rear axle. So I tried to clear the fault code after brake pads replacement, but I wasn't able to clean it with the scanner. So I was supposed to clean it from the dashboard first to do the service front axle brake pads reset, and after this I was able to use the scanner and delete the fault code. So now we have only the rear axle fault code left. We're gonna delete it after we're gonna replace the rear brake pads as well. Have a great day, everyone.